Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivadadhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivadadhari Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Thira Vanachare Yamuna Tira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivadadhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivadadhari Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Thira Vanachare Yamuna Thira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Kyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahayam Dadati Svapadantikam Narayanam namaskritya naram chaivo narottamam devim sarasvatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat shrinvatam svakata krishna punnashravana kirtanam ridyantastoya bhadrani vidunoti suritsatam nashtaprayesu abhadreshu nitam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttamasloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya So we are reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, 6th canto, 3rd chapter. The verse is number 31, right? Okay. Yamaraj instructs his messengers. Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidhi Aikantika Niskritam Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasham Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika niskritam Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Hamasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika niskritam Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amhasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika Niskritam Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Hamasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika Niskritam Vaishnavis Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Mahatam Api Kauravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam Tasmat Therefore Sankirtanam the congregational chanting of the holy name Vishnu of Lord Vishnu Jagat Mangalam the most auspicious performance within the material world Hamasam for sinful activities Mahatam Api even though very great Kauravya O descendant of the Kuru family, Vidhi, understand, Aikantika, the ultimate, Niskritam, atonement. Translation. Shukadev Goswami continued, My dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We should note that although Ajamil chanted the name of Narayan imperfectly, he was delivered from all sinful reactions. The chanting of the holy name is so auspicious that it can free everyone from the reactions of sinful activities. One should not conclude that one might continue to sin with the intention of chanting Hare Krishna to neutralize the reactions. Rather, one should be very careful to be free from all sins and never think of counteracting sinful activities by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, for this is another offense. If by chance a devotee accidentally performs some sinful activity, the Lord will excuse him. But one should not intentionally perform sinful acts. Shukadev Goswami continued, My dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. Mukam karoti vachalam pangurlangayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande shri gurum dinatarinam paramananda madhavam sri chaitanya mishwaram. So, Hare Krishna. Golokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtan. The holy name, Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Suddho Nitta Mukto Abhinatvat Nama Namino. It's coming from the spiritual world and is absolutely pure, totally, completely liberated, nothing to do with the material world, and is like a touchstone. Whoever this holy name touches, the Nam Prabhu touches, becomes purified. Purified of what? Purified of sinful activities, reaction of sinful activities, even the desire to commit sinful activities. Sin is sin that is manifested, the act of sinning, the desire for sinning, and the ignorance that is at the root of the desire for sinning, committing sins. All this can be destroyed by the holy name. The holy name is the most merciful incarnation of the Lord. It comes on everyone's mouth, lips, even the most degraded lips, mouth, they've done anything horrible, eaten anything, or even, it doesn't mind. Is like a very caring, loving parent. When you have loving, caring parents, mother, father, they take care of the child. Even when the child, is passing stool or, doing something crazy, or even when the child commits offenses to the parents. Now they're always there to full-heartedly take care of the child. the child may become angry at the parents, may want to reject the parents even, may have, a whimsical attitude, maintain habits that the parents don't want him to maintain. But the parents are always there with an open heart to give shelter to the child. That's natural. It is their natural loving propensity. So that's the holy name. The holy name is with us, even when we commit offenses, even when we have hesitations, asat trishna, hridaya durbalyam, aparad, swaswarupa prapta, whatever, the situation is the holy name will not give us up. And it will destroy gradually, will destroy anything that is inauspicious within our hearts. Just like parents, again I'm giving the example. Not that I'm giving this example so that some of you say, oh, mama, me, goes back to mama and papa, it's, after hearing the class. So, but, why do the parents have such a open-hearted attitude toward their son or daughter? Because they see the progression that he or she will make. He'll become mature. He will understand that even when we chastised him or we took care of him or we forbade him to do something or, we did it out of love, he will realize more and more how much we love him. Or him or her, I'll use him so it's his. So he'll mature, he'll understand more and more the loving relationship that exists between us, amongst us. And in that perspective, they will tolerate anything. So the holy name is the same. Even if we are chanting with apparatus, it is said, keep chanting. Keep chanting, because by chanting continuously, by not giving up the chanting, these offenses, this offensive attitude, even this resentment that sometimes we have towards Krishna, which, is the basis for our staying in this material world. This resentment, this envy, resentment, that is the center, and we are, subordinate. That's the basis for our being here. Even that will be cancelled from our heart. It will be taken away. And it's miraculous, because the example is given of a pot where you put some liquor inside. How are you going to get rid of the scent of the liquor from that pot? The pot has sort of absorbed some of that, the odor or liquor. How are you going to be, purified completely? The holy name can do that. It can take out from our hridaya kandara, from the cave of our heart, even the innermost form of resentment or envy towards the personality of Godhead. And it's really miraculous, because when you envy someone, how are you going to be able to love him purely again? It's really a miracle if that happens. But the holy name can enact this miracle within the heart. It's like the most loving parent. Now, even the most loving, open-hearted parent sometimes has to give up his child, has to sever the relationship. When and how that can happen? Namno baladyasya ipapa buddhi. If somehow or other the son or daughter grows up and develops a mentality, a cheating mentality, to exploit the parents, to cheat them for his sense gratification, pretending that he is a good son or a good daughter, but in the heart nurturing the idea of cheating and exploiting the parents. That's Namo Baladyasya Ipapa Buddhi in relation to the holy name. If one develops the mentality that the holy name is so merciful, the holy name is so kind, he comes with me everywhere, he'll never give me up, as somehow or other Krishna has this attitude of compassion, of being the benefactor. Suridam Sarvabhutanam is the real friend. I will exploit this nature of his and, take advantage of it and use that nature of his for my sense gratification. Just like a son or a daughter may think, oh, my mother, my father, they love me so much, even if I steal from them, even if I cheat them, even if I go to the point of killing them, they will still love me. There was not long ago, there's many of these cases, a case in Italy of sons killing their father and mother, massacring them, really, massacre, with a friend to get their money and putting up like it had been some robbery or somebody had come in and killed them. Not true, they had done it purposely, in a premeditated way, exploiting their loving propensity toward him, the son he killed, to get their wealth. So that's namno baladhyasya papa buddhi. That's why it's considered the worst offense. Because you're taking advantage of Krishna's affection for you to cheat him. If you do that, and that implies premeditation. There are unpremeditated sins and premeditated sins. An unpremeditated sin, Kaunteya pratijanena bhakta pramasi, even apichetsu duracharo. Duracharo, the worst thing, Krishna said, don't worry, I don't take that into, it has no importance for me. I will purify him. I will, he is a saintly devotee of mine because he sees the motivation within the heart. It's an unpremeditated sin, and it's even an offense to a devotee if someone has an accidental fall down and you go and, get on his case for that or criticize him. It's one of the 4 types of offenses to a devotee. So Krishna is really clear about unpremeditated sin, accidental sinning. But premeditated, when you scheme how to exploit his sweet and merciful nature. Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Madam Mohan Ki Jai. Then that's terrible. That's really terrible. Why? Why that kind of sin is the kind of sin that may keep someone going and chanting for millions of lifetimes and not becoming purified? Because the intelligence has been corrupted. The desire, the way that you relate with Krishna in his most merciful form of the holy name has been corrupted, has been, how do you say? I'm getting some Italian names, but they have difficult terms, so I better. Corrupted is fine. And has been corrupted. So, in a loving relationship, when you develop an habit of cheating and pretension, to go back to a pure way of loving, a pure loving relationship, that's very difficult, Sometimes you see couples in the world, because they have cheated each other for a long time, they can't go back to, let's go back and have a second honeymoon, at the age of, see, whatever, let's go here, let's go there. But they have cheated each other in some ways. It's not every couple is like this, hopefully, but, and then it's very difficult to go back to a pristine, loving relationship. It's, because, you got all the past that happened, all the cheatings that have been going on in the past. So it becomes very difficult. And one has developed the habit of pretending to love while thinking of cheating. Terrible. In the Harinam Chintamani, it is said that even thinking of something like this will send you to hell. The holy name. What to speak of doing it, So because it's really terrible. Someone who is your benefactor, someone loves you, and you scheme, you premeditate or meditate how to cheat. I don't know if you know about this book, the comedy, the Divine Comedy, written by a writer, in the 13th century, 14th century in Italy, Dante Alighieri. Is a famous, the famous thing. And so he describes the heaven, let's say, the upper planets, the middle planets, and the hell. He describes, quite in detail, actually, with, means he's got some vision. So, and in the lowest hell, where, the devil is, Luciferus is, he has 3 guys that he's personally taking care of. He takes, there's many other demons that take care of many other guys. But these 3 people, they are taken care specifically by the big demon. And they are Judas, because he betrayed Jesus Christ, for 30 gold coins or whatever, silver or whatever there was. Then you have Brutus, the one who betrayed Julius Caesar, and Cassio, the other guy who betrayed Julius Caesar. Because these 2 guys, Bruto and Cassio, they were grown as children by Julius Caesar. He grew them, as his own children. Even though Brutus wasn't his real son, his blood son, he grew him up with so much love as his son. And he is the one, with Cassio and another few guys, that went to stab him and killed him. So there is the famous phrase, quoque tu Bruto fili mi, even you, Brutus, when he was dying, he said, even you, Brutus, my son. So that's the example of someone who betrays his benefactor, someone who loves him. So they are sent, they're put in the worst hell. So who is our benefactor? The Holy Name. He has come in no hard, fast, and rule for chanting. It goes to everyone. It purifies even the trees and the animals. Prabhupada said it purifies the ants and the microbes. It's so merciful. It's so beneficial for everyone. And we know the Hare Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Ram is Nityananda Prabhu. So they have come just to give benefit, just to expand this loving, compassionate feeling for everyone. Anarpita charim chirat karuna yavatin, karuna with compassion in an unprecedented way. And if we try to cheat them, we can't think, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the form of mercy. I can go on sinning, he'll come, I've done some, have you ever heard this thing, I've done 20 years of service, or 30 years of service, or 40 years of service. A god brother of mine once told me, Then he ended up well, I have to say. But many years ago, 30 years ago, he said, come on, Madhu, I give him my youth, I give him the best part of my life. Now I want to go and, get sense gratification. I told him, be careful, don't do that, thinking that, I have acquired qualifications because of my service, as all devotee. Now I can go, and somehow or other get the pension of my devotional service and gratify my senses. Anyhow, Krishna was very merciful because he had sincerity ultimately in his heart, and he left his body in Vrindavan and with loving devotees around him. But why should we run the risk? If we compromise our position with Chaitanya and Nityananda, if we commit this particular offense, which is considered to be the worst practically, because the premeditation is there. You follow? When you go to court, if you have committed a crime, they have to see whether it was accidental, it was, done with, dolo, will, or it was premeditated. If it was premeditated, it's the worst. You get the worst judgment. So we have to be extremely careful, because this is the way we can compromise our, the mercy that we have obtained from Chaitanya Nityananda. And we have to be careful, even if we are at the elevated stage of the chanting of the name. It is said again in the Harinam Chintamani, that even if one is at the stage of Namabhas, and not necessarily Pratibimba Namabhas, which is a reflection of the shadow of the holy name, but even Chaya Namabhas, which is the proper organic development of the chanting. If by bad association, it's said by fate, by bad, but actually it means by bad association, you commit this sin, you fall down. You fall down, even at the stage of Namabhas. What to speak if you're still in the stage of Namaparad. So one has to be extremely careful. Bad association is like the boy that goes to school. That guy that I mentioned before in Italy, he's the friend of his. Said, "Oh, your parents are so rich, why they give you so little money? We could get more money. And it infiltrated in his ear, come on, they always treat you bad, they say this, and of course they must not have been, perfect parents, in Kali Yuga, but still, the idea, by association, he cultivated the idea, and with his friend, they killed them, massacred them, so to get their money, the inheritance. So by association, even one has reached a certain stage in chanting, and as we know in the Namabhas, the sinful reactions are gone. Like Haridas Thakur says in the house of Govardhan and Majumdar, even the glimpse of the holy name cleans up the sinful reactions, etc. But you're not free yet. You're not free. To be free from your debts doesn't mean that the tendency to acquire more debts will not manifest if you're not very careful. So we have to be extremely careful. Association is what can kill our spiritual progress or can protect us. Niskinchanasya Bhagavad Bhajanon Mukasya Param Jigamisor Bhava Sagarasya Sadarshanam Bisainam Matayositam Chaha Hanta Hanta Bisa Bhaksanatopia Sadhu. The Shastras are very heavy about it. You want to cross the ocean of nations, you want to go back to become a pure servant of Krishna, a pure lover of Krishna. Prema Pumarto Mahan. You really want that? Then association with the materialistic people is like bisa, like drinking poison. Very heavy. So let's be careful, and let's not sit on our, let's say, allori. I don't know, it's an Italian word. Don't sit on our successes. Even if you chant and the chanting becomes purer and you feel, and you even get, the reciprocation from the holy name in the form of, attraction and steadiness, etc., in the chanting. Careful with association, because the association may corrupt the intelligence, and that may be causing a fall down. We will only be safe when we'll be at the stage of pure Suddhanam, chanting purely, at the end of the, will be at the end of the tunnel, the end of the, only at that time. Otherwise, we have to be extremely careful. And if by chance one has committed this offense, somehow or other, or the idea of committing the prospective or committing this offense is manifested in his mind, there is a remedy for that as well. He has to ask for the protection of the Vaishnavas, protection of his spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, because it is this bad association and the desires that get infiltrated in the heart through bad association are compared to thieves. They come and steal. You have acquired some attachment to the holy name, some progression in chanting. They come and steal it. They come and take it away. So you need bodyguards. You really need bodyguards, and the bodyguards are the Vaishnavas. So in the Harinam Chintamani they said that, you go and pray the Vaishnavas, you take their protection. Krishna will protect you, the holy name will protect you, but if you have offended the holy name in this way, for some, unconfessable reason or whatever it is, something has happened, bad association caused it or whatever, then go and humbly ask for the protection of the Vaishnavas and chant with them, chant the holy name with them, and that will purify your heart. Because more merciful than the holy name are those who purely chant the holy name. The servants of the holy name, of the Nam Prabhu. Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions or comments, Maharaj? Any? Yes, please.
I just make one comment. When it was actually in 1974, I was in Srila Prabhupada's room in Bhagvatam, who's made a darshan, and Prabhupada was giving a darshan. And one devotee read from I think the 6th chapter of Nectar Devotion, the one which talks about offences, different types of offences.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada there, towards the end of the chapter, Prabhupada lists out the 10 offences. Well, first of all, this lists out the seva apparatus. And Prabhupada says if we commit those offences...
It's louder, there is something, your voice is not coming out clear. Maybe there, okay.
So, Srila Prabhupada says there, if you commit the seva apparatus, then the effects will be removed just by your ongoing practice of devotional service.
Right.
But then Prabhupada lists out the 10 offences, the holy things. And Prabhupada says that, however, if you commit these 10 offences, you cannot become free from the reactions. Words to that effect, it's there in the devotion. So this devotee, he read this out, few sentences, and he said, Srila Prabhupada, isn't there some way we can become free from the reactions to these 10 offences? Can't we do something? And Prabhupada looked at him for a few seconds, and Srila Prabhupada said, you are asking this question because you want to offend.
Right.
You want to offend, and then you want to just do something and just get free from the results or reactions of the offense. And Prabhupada says, so you must not do that. You must stop offending.
Yeah.
No more offenses. Very interesting.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. He was hinting to that Namno Baladhyasya Papa Buddhi Prabhupada. He was saying, so you want to commit offenses and then be able to remove them. That's, technically. Yeah, that's the problem. Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
Thank you very much for a very nice exposition.
I can hear.
Thank you very much. while you were in your class, it occurred to me that this defense against the holy name, sitting on the strength of chanting, seems very similar to the kind of cheating that Narada described in Yas, when people will take up religious activities that this sense gratification and sinful activities. So what I'm wondering is if there's any relationship between these two phenomena, chanting on the strength of sitting on the strength of chanting the holy name, and then just taking up religious activities for sense gratification.
Yeah, of course they're similar, but one is due to immaturity, the first one. I mean, the taking up religious activities for sense gratification is due to immaturity or ignorance. And if there is no malice, if there is no cheating, how do you say, a cheating plan to utilize, to exploit the religious activity, even though it will produce, beautiful results. If there is no cheating plan, then he will get purified. Like Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, he went for a materialistic purpose. He wanted to become better than Brahma. I mean, he really was ambitious. So, and we know the story, underwent penances, and there was his determination and his goal, But because there was no malice, there was no envy in his heart, there was just some material desires. They got purified by the mercy of Prishnagarbha, of the Lord. So he saw them as broken pieces of glass. Now, different is someone that says, wow, the holy name can really destroy all the sinful reactions. And so I can go on sinning, and that will destroy it. So he has a premeditated plan to exploit devotional service, Hare Krishna, to exploit devotional service, to exploit Bhakti Devi, to exploit the holy name for, so that's malicious. That's maliciousness. You say maliciousness? Yeah, that's maliciousness. That's an envious attitude, or you say exploitive attitude within the heart. Then that's worse. That's worse. That's the difference. So one is what you could say innocent, ignorant, innocent, but not malicious. The other one is, has got an exploitative, attitude, and some malice within the heart, like the Mayavadis. They may even come to the stage of Namabhas, just chanting Pratibimba Nama. That means they get some kind of photocopy of what the real Namabhas is, and very difficult for someone that has that streak in his heart to then go to the Chaya Namabhas, to the real Namabhas. Why? Because their purpose for chanting is to kill Krishna, is to annihilate his personality. So even they may get some symptoms of ecstasy, which sometimes come in the Namabhasa stage, is described, then they're going nowhere. They're going nowhere. They will, they'll fall down. So that's the difference. And in order to have the right and pure motivation, that motivation comes from a real surrendered attitude. A real surrendered attitude to Guru and Krishna, to the Acharyas, a real surrendered attitude that will maintain the motivation in the heart pure. And so that's the difference. Okay? So thank you very much. I think we'll have to close down now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagvatam Grantharaj ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.